Welcome to a tour of the Wizards of Winterhold mod. Now, I've just started the voice acting today, and I've put the lines out. It's basic stuff really, designed for characters, nothing quest related really. But it means we're now approaching the an alpha version, even a beta version of the mod. Now, my mod makes very little changes to the top of the college, so there's a lot of things other mods can do to the college without being incompatible with mine. This is because I've designed the mod to work with other mods from the start. I've changed that door and the one that leads up to the marking, well, the what they call it, the Archmage's quarters. There's a door up there that's been blocked off, and there's also a new door out the way in the Hall of Attainment as well. But aside that, everything's the same. All my stuff is behind this door. So let's go and look. Now I should tell you actually at this point that I can't release this mod till the nav mesh book is fixed, obviously, but that hasn't stopped me progressing, you know, with the mod developing it. But I will tell you this, that if Beth failed to fix the nav mesh, then most of the things you see now are going to have to be scrapped and rebuilt from an earlier version, because I can't actually make my own fix work with this version without causing lots of problems. I've got to wind back to a really early version and then rebuild the mod all over again, which wouldn't be much fun for me, needless to say. Right, this here is a character I prepared earlier, before Christmas in fact. She's already done the Mages Guild quests. Now if we just go to the enchanter thing here, just to give you an example. I've actually been keeping fraps running while testing this, so I can see the frame rates dropping as I add more detail. I'm trying to keep the frame rates at a certain level, so you won't see me going mad on eye candy when I've got more things to add. Here we go, here's the enchanter, various robes and stuff kicking around. We just talk to him second. What we've got for sale.
Take a look.
Thank you, we will. Now, these Dragon Mage boots, that's the Greybeard's robes. I renamed them so not to confuse them. In this game, the Dragon Studies teacher wears them, or part of them. But if we go down here, we should also see various other things. Where is it? Well, Psychic robes are there as well, look. We've also got, where is it? Well, it sells Dragon Priest masks as well. Ah, there we go. There's the ebony one. Right, Dragon Priest mask. Interesting though. It says it's got a little chant thing next to it. It shouldn't have it there. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, they're designed to be enchanted. So we just have a crack at that, shall we? See if we can do something.
All right then.
Actually, I better make sure I get a.
Take a look.
I get a crystal that's actually got some charge in it. Ah, there we go, that'll do. It just so happens we have something over here. Now I'll find out if that mask has got an enchantment on it or not now. Shouldn't have, but if it has, I'll have to change it. Right, enchant, yes. I'm going to enchant it with Fortified Destruction. We're going to give it Grand Soul Gem treatment. Enchant item. There we go. We've now got ourselves a brand new mask. I'm actually already wearing one with this character, so I'll just show you this one we just made. Yes, I'm using the Sky UI without the SKSE. It's not any kind of problems. It's this filter up here. That's what needs it, and I don't use that anyway. But it is a good menu thing if you have to want to cure this Xbox thing that's going on with Skyrim. It doesn't do a full job, but it helps. There you go, the ebony mask there. It's all been enchanted now. You know, so I can wear that and fortify my stuff if I want. Right, anyway, off we go. Right. There's a lot of things in there, including unenchanted robes, which are put there so you can enchant them yourself as well. because I don't know if you noticed, but the robes in the game tend to all be enchanted already. So you can enchant robes, you can enchant masks, you can enchant, you know, all kinds of stuff. Well, this next room has something very, very important in it, right? The most important aspect of the mod is found here, right? I'm not going to tell you what it's referring to. If you know what it's referring to, then obviously you're a cool guy and brilliant. But if you don't, then you just got no taste. Right, and it is... Where's the guy gone? Oops. Got a sneaky little feeling the nabmesh bug just hit. I don't know what time is it. Oh no, it's not. He's off duty. He's gone off. Now here it is. Potion of white snake. And a little note here. Right. It says, please accept this free potion of white snake sample. It will take you to the limit of your load before it wears off. For those who have been running on empty far too long, and know not to take mods too seriously. By Alchemist Mickey Moody. That's the serious message I'm sending to people. Don't take mods too seriously. If you come to me complaining about something not being realistic enough for you, I'll just block you as a troll, right? Because I don't want to hear it. You want to moan about something? Go somewhere else. These mods are designed to have fun with. Now, since it's late, we'll go into the area here where the old common room is basically. Here we go.
How are you?
I don't know why it switches like
Many
that.
students come here believing Viennese schools of magic are commonly taught outside of the Old Mages Guild. No, I am saying outside the Old Mages Guild, those schools are just a guide, not a static set of rules to be followed.
As you can see, lip syncs are working, voice files are working. I've got to convert them over to XWM, but I think that's an Xbox format or something, because nothing on the PC supports it except for one solitary DOS command, you know, from the DirectX SDK, which means in order to use the compressed audio instead of WAV files, which makes the mod massive, I've got to convert the audio one file at a time using a DOS prompt. That's like going back into the 80s. It's a nightmare. All because they used a file system that isn't supported on the PC. Bloody assholes. Anyway, it's just very annoying. It's going to be a nightmare to do all the voice work for this. So this is currently using the WAV files. Now we're College Mage. I'll give them proper names eventually.
Not usually, unless they want something from the other college. Knowledge is power to a mage, so each college guards its own secrets. They protect their knowledge just like everybody else. Most colleges follow their example. Only the Mages Guild tried to make knowledge widespread.
Anyhow, there's lots and lots of dialogue. I'm having the guys record voice sets for different characters so I can assign them to different NPCs so they're not all using my voice. Right now, for instance, this woman here doesn't have anything. She just talks the normal lines. Right, these are the sleeping quarters. See, they'll all crash out here on a night. I'm hoping to get a few female voice actors so I can get these characters here all voice acted up as well. But I've only got one that I can rely upon, and you know, she can't do every single line. But all the men at the moment are using my initial voice thing here.
The Duma who built the sub-basement level of this college also connected it to a system of underground roads we call the Dark Roads. Mostly because after the Duma disappeared, they fell into ruin, and now it's pitch black down there.
You know, they're off duty at the moment, that's what they're doing down here. They're spread out all over this level. So when they're not studying, they come into the Hall of Gatherings to sit down, talk, do whatever, as you can see. There's actually a cook down here. I can't remember if I gave the lines to him as well. Let's go check him out, shall we? It's going to be useful. Eventually I'll give him some quests to offer as well. Stuff that's kitchen related, minor background stuff just to pad the mod out. I'm not going to show you the deep roads in this video because they're not complete yet. Well, they need a quest and other things, you know. But they're going to be a major part of the first and subsequent releases. No, I guess I didn't add any quests to it. Basically, well, not quest, but dialogue. Basically, I've got this special group that assigns mage-related dialogue to mages, and they're the ones having the voice files recorded for right now. I haven't even got any for him.
Need something?
Basically, I need for Khajiit you really need a proper voice file. You know, you can't really just use your own voice. It sounds odd. It's got to be an attempt at a Khajiit sounding voice. Right, we're going to just advance 11 hours here. We'll take a look at the training area. Right, now most people should be heading for training.
There's some debate as to whether dragon shows are magic at all.
Yes, I agree. As you can see, there's lots of idle chatter going on. I made a selection. Trouble is, they tend to say them all at once when you enter a level, which is a little bit odd, and then they stop saying them for about an hour. That door is a development door, by the way. It would actually go here when I'm ready. So let's go through here. The dialogue recorded so far basically starts by adding background to the mod, so it's all relevant to the mod itself and what's coming in future versions. It also adds a bit of depth and explains some things, like ties together a few synod comments and college comments and stuff like that found in the main game, links it up with the mod's main plot. There we are again.
Want to talk? During the Great Collapse, sections linking this college to the Dark Road got blocked off. These days the Dark Roads are full of all kinds of monsters, as well as the Falmer. It is believed there are thousands of them down there now.
Interesting. We don't want to go near the Falmer. Well, we do, but not yet. Right, this is one of the main teaching areas, and this is where the lectures start. This guy here...
Greetings, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It looks like he's wearing glasses in this light, doesn't it? Right, here we go, right?
I could teach you anything, from making soup to brewing the deadliest potions.
Oh, look at that.
During the Great Collapse, sections linking this college to the Dark Road. These days the Dark Roads are full of all kinds of monsters, as well as the Falmer.
See, all these men have my voice.
Goodbye.
Right, anyhow, all the teachers, right, and speakers...
Want to talk? Tricking the mind into believing what you want it to believe requires a lot of practice.
Yeah, all the teachers have training options, as you can see. So you can actually go to the teacher and ask them to train you up in something. They're all master level as well.
Greetings, how are you? The Daedric Prince's power is enhanced by the enchantments he owns, as will your own powers when you master this skill.
See? There's one for everyone, every school of magic supported by the game. But the schools of magic are introduced by the Mages Guild, or Venus for the Mages Guild. They're not actually something out, you know, supported widely outside of the Mages Guild. They're just more organising magic into certain classes, so people like the peasants out there can train up and use them effectively. Most mages colleges like the Psychic Order and stuff like that don't actually use the schools of magic at all. So in this, we're following the Psychic Order's lead, and we're not actually using the schools of magic directly in the classes. We do let you train up, you know, with the various schools like this.
The Prince's power is enhanced by the enchantments he owns, as will your own powers when you master this skill.
You see, we actually allow you to train up for every single school of magic, but we don't teach it. Oh, that's a weird thing happened there. See, there's no nav mesh there. So why does he keep standing on the table? Strange. Anyhow,
Knowledge has attracted the attention of the Synod and the Falmon.
you get a lot of background things being said as you walk past. What I've done for this mod, by the way, I've taken the new voice type route, so you don't get any default audio on these characters. It's all audio I've recorded or not at all. So you don't get two voices, you know, saying the same line. Unfortunately, because of the way the game works, we're having to record with WAV files. So the audio I recorded myself here is 10 meg just for my voice. If I have another 5 people record the lines as well, that's going to be a 50 meg mod before it does anything. So it really needs to have that XWM stuff, you know, used to convert the waves into that to get the file format smaller, and that is going to be a pain in the ass.
The healer can cure the living and restore the dead, though the line between the two is often blurred.
In case you're wondering why a necromancer, right, is talking about healing, it's because necromancy is actually a form of healing. It's just not fussy about what it heals. And now we'll go past here. That's the necromancy class, by the way, back there. Here we got the summoning group. On the one side we have another necromancer. He teaches conjuration.
Conjuration can be dangerous for the inexperienced.
See?
Goodbye.
And on this side we have Daedric studies.
I can teach you how to destroy things, but do not let this power go to your head.
Both of these are summoners basically, but they obviously teach different things. These are battle mages designed to protect the mages who summon something in this pit down here and then lose control of it. You see? This follows the I think it's on Oblivion instructions for summoning.
Yes.
You know, put them in a cage and surround it with guards and whatever else. You know, general knowledge. These are all just bookshelves taken from the game. The arrow means it respawns. That's just there to tell you it respawns. We just go down here. The two bookshelves near the desks, they're special. They relate to stuff necromancy on this side, and on that side it relates to Daedric stuff. If we were to go across there again, you'd also see Duma, dragon bookshelves and stuff like that. That's all general stuff again there. Right. Here's the Duma stuff. Again, it respawns. See? It doesn't, by the way, it doesn't show you all the books. It's set to randomly list books, so you come back, you'll get a different set of books. See? Oops, I think I just picked that out. So okay, I'm the Archmage. I can do that if I want. Right, dragon language. And here you've got the dragon language compilation built. You know, we went through to compile before Christmas. This is taken from the official guide and stuff found in game. I found the official guide is not a complete guide at all. It's nowhere near complete. So this book will represent any new words we find as well as the guide itself. This guide book also lists the corrections or the other meanings of words, because some of the stuff in the guide is different, or the official guide is different from how it's used in the game. So the guide is actually wrong in places. On the other hand, right, there's a lot of things that are right, but there you go, all dragon words and stuff. You see, you're going to be using that to learn stuff and decipher stuff in quests later on. Right, okay, we've finished this now. Right, and basically this is the main classroom that I was talking about, with all the studies that go on. People work here during the day, but not so much on a night. On a night they go back into this hall here where I'm about to retake you. Now the thing to remember about this is it is going to be more than just the college mod. There is going to be more to it. There's going to be quests outside the college. One of the things I want you to actually understand is I've been wanting to expand necromancy into something more interesting for quite a while, and I started reading a book called The Summoner, and I'm going to be using that, some of the ideas from that, to spice up necromancy in this. Now most of the quests you'll find in here, like the Dark Roads, are inspired by the Deep Roads from the Dragon Age book called The Stolen Throne. Not the game, the book. It's inspired by the book, right? The game's version of it is pathetic, but the actual main plot line is all Skyrimized. You haven't got any Darkspawn in it. You've got Falmer, the monsters and stuff like that are the same. Where the dwarves had settlements, you've now got Juma, so it all works quite well. You know, it's surprising how well you can convert it over to Skyrim and make it fit within the Skyrim lore. Now, in my mod, I assume the Falmer, when they got enslaved by the Juma and disappeared underground when they revolted, they disappeared through roads and tunnels and stuff like that. Otherwise they'd be running into walls because they'd be blind as a bat and couldn't go anywhere, right? So if you think about it, right, when the Juma enslaved them, they had to escape somewhere and they didn't go to the surface. So in this mod they escaped down here. This is the Dark Roads, or the start of the Dark Roads. This bit is underneath Winterhold. Bits of Winterhold are poking through the roof, you know, when after the Great Collapse it collapsed down here, because these are the sections that were actually cut off. The door behind us is actually going to be blocked in the finished mod. First you have to do a quest to remove it or to unblock it. But these part of the Dark was a link to my version of the old Dragon Age fags, which is basically little Juma settlements. Now I want to build up a bit of suspense here and make things, you know, sound quite interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have stories about Juma heroes and other stuff down here, and mysteries to be solved about, you know, Juma cities that disappeared off the grid shortly after the Falmer escapes and stuff like that. So you're talking like cities that get wiped out by escaping Falmer slaves and stuff like that, and secrets that used to be hidden in them cities to uncover by the character, you know, in quests and whatever. Exactly like you get in the Stolen Throne book, except for with Skyrim in mind. And the flip side, the necromancers, they'll be you know, obviously doing conjuration and stuff. That's a development door, by the way. I'll show you where it leads. It says, but in the necromancers, they'll be studying other things, like for instance, besides conjuration, I'm going to have necromancers being able to see ghosts. So instead of just seeing some ghosts, you'll see all ghosts once you actually get your skill up, and you'll be able to help them, you know, rest in peace. So it's just like it's the idea. It's an idea, you know, inspired by the Summoner book. So you'll be able to help the ghosts, you know, solve the problems and then rest so they disappear, and that will increase your necromancy skill a bit and allow you to become more powerful. Now the way it all works and puts together, actually where's the, oh, here it is. This is the hall I want to show you. The way it all works and gets put together is each job you do in each area will give you a little bonus on your skill and make you a bit more powerful, unlock more features. And just working out the fine print, you know, in how that's going to be achieved. The necromancy example was one example of how I am going to do it. But obviously you've got like Deirdre, that's going to be different again. Together you're going to end up with a lot of quests for the different classes that do run, the Juma, the dragon classes, the necromancy, the Daedric studies, that lot. You're going to get quests for all of them to help you increase your level in them, and then you're going to find yourself unlocking abilities in them. Like the dragon class, it'll probably unlock dragon shout abilities, you know, maybe give you a few new dragon shouts, I don't know, we'll see. I'm not interested in making super powered spells that can wipe out entire armies with a single cast because it looks cool in a YouTube video. This is going to be a balanced mod. It isn't going to give you a super flamethrower. So if you're thinking that, forget about it. I don't do that. That's, to me, that is a bit like cheating. And now this is This is the gathering hall for the first settlement you find. This is where your mages will hang out when they're off duty, like the gathering hall up above where they hang out. This is the one for the first settlement. From here you get to the Dark Woods for real. This is also the last room in the college, which is underneath Winterhold and has bits of Winterhold sticking through it. As you can see up there. This is the beginning of the Dark Roads for real, and that's one of the exits right there. You go through there and you start going through the Dark Roads. There won't be any proper Dark Roads scenarios or roads other than these in version 1, but you will get them after version 1. They'll be appearing in future versions, expanding it a little bit at a time, you know, so they get bigger and bigger and bigger the more releases I make. The idea behind these things is kind of like bases you can go back and sell goods to and restock and then go back into the Dark Roads. Up here you've got the second exit, well, second entrance to the Dark Roads there, so you're going to be able to go in 2 directions. You're going to find forts along the way as well, like forts or settlements or places, you know, where the Duma have settled or established some kind of fortress settlement, whatever, which you'll be able to clear in some cases. In other cases you're going to find the Falmer are infesting the place, and I'll probably rig them up to continuously spawn Falmer as you kill them, so you could never ever clear them. Only I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you which ones are like that. I'm going to let you find that out when you try and clear it and find out that it never clears. Give you something to be careful about when you enter these settlements. Remember, these are my version of the Fargs from Dragon Age, right? And the Duma are my dwarves and the Falmer are my Darkspawn. If you've read the Stolen Throne, by the way, you should know what I'm talking about here, because it's quite interesting, whereas the game itself doesn't really do it justice. Anyway, that's it for now. That's a nice neat little guide to the mod for you to get your teeth into. As you can see from the things we've got as far as the voice acting now, the quests are the next thing to be done, and the quests will be the ones where I sort these doors out. You know, you get 2 doors next to a building. They'll be controlled by quests, so they'll be disappearing soon, and I won't be able to test the rooms together. I'll have to do the quest to test one and then the other. So anyhow, the quests are next, and then there'll be a release as soon as the nav mesh bug is fixed. If the nav mesh bug isn't fixed, I'll have to rebuild it from scratch, unfortunately. Well, not from scratch, I'll have to go back to where the level designing was finished and then rebuild the NPCs and the dialogue from scratch again, because I can't convert this into my system so it works with a nav mesh. I have to go back a bit for that. This is assuming Bethesda will eventually fix the nav mesh bug. So I'm placing a lot of trust in them, really, considering how much work goes into these. In the past I've actually made mods, you know, believing the nav mesh bug had been fixed, only to find the mods were completely ruined by it. I mean, over the years, I think I've lost about a year's worth of work to that bug. So you can see why I'm a bit annoyed by it. Anyway, that's it for now, right? Keep an eye out for the version 1 video when it appears. For now, I'll leave you to just enjoy this. Right, bye bye.